I'm of a minority. I don't think that Taiwan is any meaningful danger. Their economy is partially integrated with the mainland. I think that's the biggest point of exposure. I think that was unwise on their part, but people do what people do. The Xi government in China has become ossified. It's a cult of personality that is tighter than any we've ever seen before, including the Kim dynasty in North Korea. And there is no one who wants to bring Xi any information. Not information that they think will make him mad, any information at all. And so he's making a series of bad and increasingly disconnected from reality decisions. But it's the Ukraine war that I think has really changed the calculus. The Chinese use the Russians as kind of a canary when they're thinking of doing something. They let the Russians do it first, see how it comes out. So like the liberalization in the 1980s is a great example. They saw perestroika and glasnost in action. It led to the fall of the Soviet Union. Like, whoa, we're not doing that. And it's happening with the Ukraine war. So number one, they thought the war would be easy. But you can walk to Kiev. You have to swim to Taipei. And Kiev has only been preparing for this war for 8 years. Taiwan has been preparing for 45. So like, okay, this is going to be a harder war than we thought. Assumption number two, we assume that Russian weapons are really good. And so they cloned Russian weapons for most of their military buildout. And now they have massive buyers or theft remorse, whatever you want to call it. So assumption two is gone.
Little Freudian slip there, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Assumption three was that no one will sanction Russia because it's too important to the international economy. Well, whoops. And say what you will about the Russian economy, it's a massive exporter of energy and food products, whereas China is the largest importer of both. If you cut off China from international food supplies and the things that go into fertilizer and fuel, they will deindustrialize in under a year and a half and probably have 500 million people suffering from famine. That's the end of China as a modern industrialized power.